What's up guys, Cord Gamer here, and today I want to talk about an upcoming game that I'm personally kind of hyped about, and that game just so happens to be Halo Infinite. Now, the wait for this game is double the time between any other in the Halo franchising, sitting at about a 6-year wait, and you know what they say, with long development cycles come unrealistic expectations. But this video isn't about Cyberpunk, it's about Halo, and today I want to talk about the top 3 things 343 Industries needs to do to have a successful Halo that the majority of fans, boomers and zoomers, will love. One of the hallmarks of the original Halos was their tendency to innovate and create trends rather than copy pre-existing trends when they released. Halo Combat Evolved was the first game ever to force players to only hold 2 weapons and have a regenerating shield as a part of the player's health. This feature literally revolutionized FPS genre as a whole, spawning off franchises like Call of Duty and many others. Halo 2's multiplayer basically built Xbox Live, which drastically changed online gaming forever.
I was busy doing your mom.
And Halo 3 not only was a huge part of esports back in the day, but also allowed for amazing freedom of expression and creativity with Bungie's level editor Forge mode, and the theater mode, which allowed for any gamer to capture a snapshot or video clip from any angle of any campaign mission. Part of what made Bungie's Halo so special is that all of them either set gaming trends or innovated them in a positive way. However, the same can't be said of 343 Industries' iterations so far. Halo 4 mechanically with its faster movement speed, quick time to kill with almost all weapons, and loadouts had more similarities to Black Ops 2 than the arena shooter called Halo. And Halo 5 again was more reminiscent of the flashy wall-sliding movement shooters of 2015 rather than a classic Halo game. Whether you prefer Halo 4 and 5 or the older, obviously better Bungie games, it is obvious on an objective basis that 343 did not innovate with their Halos. Honestly, with this aspect, I believe 343 has seen this lack of spirit of innovation in their games and have worked on fixing it. The way they've shown this far was in innovating, God, I've said innovating way too much, how their Battle Pass system works, allowing people to purchase Battle Passes whenever, and allowing the player or the gamer themselves to choose which Battle Pass they want to work on, whether it's this month's iteration or 2 years ago's iteration. Just the release of this aspect of Halo Infinite sent ripples in the rest of the gaming market. I hope when Halo Infinite releases it continues this trend of innovating and creating rather than copying pre-existing trends. One of the biggest divides in the Halo community is between the older fans of the franchise who prefer the slower, more arena-centered combat of the Bungie Halo games, and the newer fans who grew up with 4 and 5. With this in mind, in order to create a game that pleases fans old and new, 343 needs to focus on making it more modern while sticking to Halo's origin and root. The goal here isn't to please everyone, because that's possible, as there are 2 different camps who think Halo is 2 different things. The goal is to please the most while trying to cater to both, and I think this can be done. In order to do this, 2 different aspects need to be achieved. First, Halo Infinite needs to be casual enough to be fun for everyone while having a competitive edge. Halo 3 was honestly the epitome of this aspect in the Halo franchise, as it was a fun game with casual mechanics with a very competitive side, a side that continues even to today, 14 years later. Halo 4 was way too casual with no competitive spark, and Halo 5 was so complicated that only the sweats could enjoy. However, the second aspect, which is far more important in my opinion, is to have a modern, faster take on Halo while still sticking with the arena sandbox combat. What made the older Halos stick out is the emphasis on the sandbox mechanics. Almost every weapon in the older Halos either had a very unique position, role, or counter in the sandbox. While the battle rifle, pistol, or DMR was the go-to utility weapon, it wasn't always the best choice. There was times to where the shotgun was the best choice, or the needler was the most easiest for netting you that kill. I believe if Halo Infinite focuses on a more sandboxy game, reminiscent of Halo 3, while including balanced, faster movement, or dare I say, the S word, sprint, this could be the Halo that puts Halo back on the map. But in order for Halo to really make the comeback we all dream for, 343 needs to focus on one more thing. Halo Infinite needs to be chock full of content day 1. Not day 115, not day 420, day 1. While I was not a gamer around the times that Halo 4 and 5 released, one thing that has consistently come up in my research is the general lack of content those games released with. With 7 years to develop this game, I really hope that 343 releases this game with more than just the bare bone minimum needed for a quote-unquote Halo game. As Halo's been around for close to 20 years, there are plenty of game modes that 343 can include day one without having to be creative. Halo 4 took a year to release Forge Island, and Halo 5 released with only 4 game modes in comparison to Halo CE, which released with 5. This really needs to be a priority to put the gamer first day one. And I understand that Halo Infinite is focusing on a live service aspect, and I believe there are plenty of content that you can release day one while being able to support this live content stream. I just don't hope that they fall back on, oh, it's a live service game, so we don't have to release a ton of content day one type of attitude. With Halo just around the corner, I would be lying if I said I am not excited. As I guess closing thought, think of this as your PSA to remember to keep your hype in check. Halo 5's marketing campaign was spot on, probably some of the best hype-inducing advertisements in the history of gaming, and yet that game let down almost every Halo fan one way or another. I think Halo Infinite has a lot of good things going for it at the moment. While I was not able to play during the tech flight this past weekend, editor's note, after I already made this audio recording, a friend who had an Infinite Access code invited me over and I played a couple rounds. My sentiment doesn't change and I wasn't able to get too much playtime, but I just want to make that note. The multiplayer, quote-unquote, seems like exactly what a modern Halo needs to be. But you never know. One thing for sure, I cannot wait to play this game, whether in beta or on release day. But what do you guys think? Will 343 be able to bring Halo to its former glory this holiday season? Let me know in the comments below. If you're new to this channel and made it thus far, please consider subscribing as I plan on making videos like this every Monday and Friday. But that wraps up the video for today. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.